What's that word, family? Hey, man, check this out.
I thought the jury's verdict was accurate, correct, wholly corroborated, but what could only be described as overwhelming evidence of guilt against you for lying. That's the crime you're here for, lying to the police. Well, Officer Bay took this very seriously. He said, that's a horrible thing that happened. And he started the process of police investigation. Detectives got involved. You ended up at the hospital. All things were starting to happen, and this word got out. And you're not just any person. You have a little bit of celebrity about you. You were known in some circles as...
Look, man, is it just me, or does the judge appears to be going on just a little bit too much? Get to the goddamn sentencing. Lock the man up or set him free. Give him probation, whatever. But doesn't it seem like this judge, with this great head of hair, I might add, you know what I'm saying? Great head of hair. You know, I like the way he just had to whip his hair. When I say that about this judge having a great head of hair, it's not only that. It's what this guy's talking about. So I'm going to let y'all listen in just a little bit more. It's what he's talking about that brings something to my attention. Is he a fan? Is he a member of the LGBTQ community? Or is he a Trump supporter? Ladies and gentlemen, could this judge be a Trump supporter? And because this case is so political, Jussie may have fucked up. But let's listen.
A very competent actor, a really good actor in a very serious television production called Empire. And people knew about this. And because you're a celebrity and because you've been so active in all these social justice causes.
There we go again, waving the hair. There we go again. Your Honor, please. He's waving his hair. Sir Lancelot. You know what I'm saying? So check it out, man.
So unbelievable about this case that you of all people are here convicted of hoaxing hate crimes. You who know better, who are out there in the world trying to be something for the good in social justice causes, that you ended up here right now like this. It's crazy. But you know people in high places, elected public officials. They reacted.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. He know people in high places, elected politicians. Is that the reason why this judge is going so hard on Jussie Smollett? Whew, let's continue.
You knew mainstream journalists. They reacted. You became the first page, your front page news. You're talked about in the halls of Congress. People are talking about making laws to prevent what happened to you to happen to anybody else. People on mainstream media are decrying what happened. What kind of country is this? How could they do this to Jussie? We know Jussie. He's such a gentle guy. He's the guy that was described to me by all the family and friends that I heard from today. And I believe that Jussie exists. But you use them as your patsies too. They were giving you the national pity party you wanted.
Wait a minute. This seems a little bit personal. The judge just said they were giving you the pity party that you wanted. You asked for this shit, Jussie. Why is this judge getting so personal? It's a little bit personal, it seems like, with this judge. And what is this guy doing? Is he crying? Look like he's a lawyer. Is he crying or wiping his eyes? Let's look.
Paige, all the attention is on you. People talk about social injustice. Your name was coming up first, which is exactly what you wanted, but you used them. If anything, people in those positions, elected public officials, mainstream journalists, their credibility is everything to them. And you didn't care that you might be damaging it. You did damage to them because, again, there's a side of you that has this arrogance and selfishness and narcissism that's just disgraceful.
Arrogance, narcissism. I don't know, man. He's a judge, right? So you can judge character. Can he judge a person's character from sitting on a bench to say that he's a narcissist? You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure, but we'll continue and we'll find out.
Your plan worked, of course, until it didn't. We're in Chicago. You lived here for 5 years, working on the Empire show, and you have to know, as well as anybody that lives in Chicago, that Chicagoans They love their city. They're fiercely loyal to the city. And believe me, Chicagoans know we don't all agree with each other on a lot. There are all kinds of disagreements on what our city should be, what the vision should be for the future. There's even disagreements about what our past was like. But despite all the disagreements and all the things that are not right with Chicago, it's sweet home to Chicago, to the Chicagoans. Chicagoans are fiercely loyal to their city.
Hey, as a Chicagoan, I have to admit, I love my city. I don't want to be living in that motherfucker, but I love it. But I still think that this judge, let me know in the comment section, because I think that this judge is going just a little bit too hard. Nigga, give him his time. Let him go upstairs and relax. You know what I'm saying? Or because he's going to what? Division 2. He's going to be in there passing out lunches, working in the kitchen, eating good, living good. And Lil Nas X made a video. You know, he showed Jussie Smollett that he can enjoy himself while being in prison or being in jail.
But Chicagoans have one thing in common that they agree on, that there's no misunderstandings. Everybody's on the same page. And that page is crime is a problem. It is a major problem. Nobody disagrees. And we know that police resources, they are valuable. They're limited. Detective resources are precious. And what you did, because you were selfishly, arrogantly, and narcissistically bringing attention to yourself, it's the only reason you could have been doing such a crazy thing that you did, was you took away a lot of resources from other places, from other real victims of real crimes. You used up the police resources for your own benefit, and that's a big problem here. What you did is you created what we call around here a heater. What's a heater? A heater is a case.
He said heater? I thought he said a hater. And the judge, man, the judge is the hater. You created this hater, Smollett. Hey, well, when you go to Division 2 and everybody call you Jussie, you know, I'm pretty sure you'll make friends, and you can use this as motivation. Motivation when you act. You can now play a convict and actually be a convict at the same goddamn time. I wear Gucci, I wear Louis. Let's continue.
When it's reported to the public conscience is shocked to such an extreme that the public is demanding that the police solve this crime here, right now, right here, right now. Everything else has to take second place. The heater has to be addressed. And you created a heater. And boy, did they put on an investigation. It's certainly not a perfect police department. I'll match the homicide detectives here against any in the country for their competence and thoroughness. Not a question about that. But what they did in this case is extraordinary. I've never seen, even in some murder cases, the amount of police work that went into this investigation. Because you never wanted this case solved. You thought that somehow you'd be able to escape by and nobody would ever...
Well, it's just crazy to me how the judge knows what he's thinking. He's supposed to be here to give him a sentence, right? But the judge knows what he's thinking. He knows his attitude. He knows he's a narcissist. Does he? Or is there some type of bias from the judge, the heater or the hater? That Smollett created, of course, according to the heater.
Know what really happened here, and you're going to walk away from this, and it didn't go down like that at all, of course. You're not a victim of a hate crime. You're not a victim of a racial hate crime. You're not a victim of a homophobic hate crime. You're just a charlatan pretending to be a victim of a hate crime. It's so sad. The damage you've done to yourself is way beyond anything else that can happen to you from me or any other judge that would be sentencing you in this criminal case. You are now a permanently convicted felon. You've embarrassed your valuable friends in high places, elected public officials, people in the media. You've embarrassed them. You have to live with that. I don't know if those...
Do y'all hear that, man? Because what I'm hearing is that his sentence is about politics. You embarrassed people in high places. You embarrassed them. You embarrassed judges, Congress members, senators. But I want to get right on down to, you know, when Smollett talks, all right?
The jury found you guilty, and I've sentenced you as I have.
No, I would just like to say to Your Honor that I am not suicidal.
What? What did he just say?
I'm not suicidal.
Wait, hold on. I'm not suicidal. So who the fuck he think he is? Jeffrey Epstein? Let me get this right. I'm not suicidal. I never heard that before. I never heard that before in the sentencing. But let's listen, because I think Jussie Smollett got more to say. Check it out.
Okay.
I am not suicidal. I am innocent, and I am not suicidal. If I did this, then it means that I stuck my fist in the fears of Black Americans in this country for over 400 years and the fears of the LGBTQ community. Your Honor, I respect you, and I respect the jury, but I did not do this, and I am not suicidal. And if anything happens to me when I go in there, I did not do it to myself.
What? If anything happened to Smollett? Jussie Smollett? If anything happens to this man, he is not suicidal, ladies and gentlemen. What does that mean? That means they might find him with a shank shoved up someplace where he don't need it to be, right? Oh, shit. Or that means that he might have a noose wrapped around his neck. Right? I don't know. I think they're going to put him in Division 2 with the bunks. And, you know, people to watch him, other people to watch him. And, you know, all that might happen is late at night, it might be some rumbling underneath, you know, the bunk. You know what I'm saying? They might put the blankets up on the bunk. You know what I'm saying? Smollett will be very popular in jail. Let me remind you, he's not going to be in there doing things against his will. He's going to be in there a made man, you know, 150 days. Cook County Jail. Y'all see it there. Now, you hear Cook County Jail in 150 days, and you say, oh, my God, good Lord, how could it be? Which I think is a little bit excessive as well. I don't see nothing wrong with this guy having 90 days in that motherfucker. Because, you know, they made the crime big just as well as he did. The police, the Cook County state's attorney, the mayor, they all made this a bigger deal than what it was. You know, they should have knew that it wasn't that, figured it out, and said, hey, man, your ass going down if you lying. We're going to give you a second chance. But now, Jussie Smollett is a narcissist, according to the judge. Now, let's just finish watching Smollett, because he's going to show some type of narcissistic activity. So let's watch it.
And you must all know that. I respect you, Your Honor. I respect your decision. Jail time. I am not suicidal.
Okay. Mr. Uche, let me inquire.
Judge,
are
ain't trying to hear
there
that
any sentencing motions you care to present right now?
Yes, Judge.
Yes, Ms. Good.
The defense would wish to present a motion to reconsider sentence and file it in standard.
It is timely filed.
Thank you, Judge.
And let me say, I've obviously considered the sentence at great length. And it's timely filed, so it's preserved for purposes of appeal. The motion to reconsider sentence is respectfully denied. And is there another? One second, Randy. Anything else? Just a second.
Let me just point out one thing. One thing I did see, I saw that the female lawyer was the only one with a wedding ring on so far. See, we got 2 black men right there, a third black man, and we got Smollett, which is half and half, you know. But she's the only one with a wedding ring on. What's going on in this courtroom right here? The judge almost seemed as if he's upset personally, as if he's a member of the LGBTQ community, or if he's like I said, a Trump supporter, or if he's just a person that's may have been a supporter of Smollett and was disappointed because he took it a little bit too personal. To me, man, y'all can tell me how y'all feel about it. Like I said in the comment section, the judge actually, to me, in my own opinion, he took this sentencing just a little bit too personal. 45 minutes An hour sentencing? You know, give me my fucking time. Let me through the door. Get me up out of here. Can I kiss my family? You know, I'm going in the county. Can I kiss my family at least? You know, but let's continue.
Standard. Anything else today? Yes.
Your Honor, if I may, in light of the notice of appeal, we would ask that you suspend the jail sentence in light of the in-state filing of the notice of appeal.
Did I do what?
Suspend the jail sentence in light of the notice of filing of appeal.
That would be respectfully denied, Mark.
Ooh, they pulled in the big guns. Smollett pulled in the big guns. What did that lady just ask him? You know, that lady stood up. She seems like she's a boss. Look at how she looks, man. She's a boss. Man, you got to hold off on the sentencing until the appeal goes through. That's all she asked. The judge said no, because he's taking it personal. He's taking this case just a little bit personal. For whatever reason, I don't know, maybe it'll come out later in the future.
Mr. Lewis.
If it can be stayed in light of our notice of appeal.
No, I'm not staying. No. The wheels of justice turn slowly, and sometimes the hammer of justice has to fall, and it's falling right here, right now. I'm not staying this. This happens right here, right now. Charlotte?
I know you said that Mr. Smollett
Yeah, I'll talk to you about it. I'll give you this. Okay. All right. Any other matters to come before the court today? All right. Defendants remanded to the custody sheriff. Court is adjourned.
I am not suicidal.
Stop laughing about black.
I am not suicidal, and I am innocent. I could have said that I was guilty a long time ago.
The hammer of justice will fall on top of your head, bust your shit, send you to the upper room. Oh. A judge in Chicago sentenced Jussie Smollett to 5 months in jail on Thursday, ordering that the actor be incarcerated for falsely reporting to the police that he had been a victim of a racist and homophobic attack back in 2019. He had concluded that the actor had premeditated the hoax. And despite of his family's admirable past work in social justice, he is arrogant, selfish, and a narcissist. Whew, what y'all think about this whole entire situation, man? Is 150 days just a little bit too much? Because me, myself, I think 90 days would have been sufficient. 90 days would have been sufficient. Jussie Smollett walking out of the courtroom, throwing his fist in the air. Black power now. You know why? Because the LGBTQ community is a political community, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it's political. And once you fuck up with the politics that help those people, that would have helped you, once you mess up with those politics, they shunned you. Everybody shunned you. Now you want to be black, which you are black. And I believe, you know, like Lil Nas X put in his video, jail is not going to be nothing but a fun time for you. It's going to be a memory that you look back on and say, I enjoyed myself for those 150 days. I really enjoyed myself. I had a blast. I had a couple great relationships. A couple people said they loved me. You know, I had fans in there. I was putting on plays. You know, and when you get out, hopefully you can redeem yourself and you can be on another TV show, or maybe you'll be broke for the rest of your life because you also owe Chicago and the Chicago Police Department hundreds of thousands of dollars. Tell me how y'all feel about this whole entire debacle in the comment section. I'll be back later with more news and commentary. Peace.